What's up?
Too damn hot.
So let's get here.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to be, man, how do I say this? I feel like the end of an era is coming. Des is excited. I'm not excited, but I want to stay positive about things. So with the way the economy is going and everything, the way it's all looking, we are kind of anticipating that we're going to be going into a recession. And if you study any finance books or business books or anything like that, like I like to, you'll know that there's tons of opportunity in a recession, but only if you have cash flow. And what we're trying to do is build a business. We tore our barn down recently. We're working on building our media business, and I quit my job as a firefighter and pretty much just do YouTube full time. YouTube is a business, and these vehicles here behind us are an investment in that business so that we can entertain you guys, but certain vehicles have less return than others. Just unfortunately, that's the truth. I found it to be really, really difficult to make car videos because you just have to be going so fast. And we have kids, it's just not a good idea to be out there making crazy car content. As much as I love it, it just doesn't really make a whole lot of sense for us right now. And with the direction everything's going, I think that I want to offload some of these assets.
We don't have our barn built yet, or a shop built yet, and all of our vehicles are kind of projects, especially mine, which I love dearly, but it's a project. I didn't realize it was such a project car when we bought it, and it's blew up on us.
So today what I'm going to be doing, I have someone that's super interested in looking at the Subaru, and it breaks my heart to let it go. I had so many big plans for it. I wanted to turn it into a rally car, but the reality is that we got our Tacoma back, the Tundra build's going strong, and we might just want to continue working on that kind of stuff and let some of these other things go. And so to sort of give it a proper send-off, which I think is going to spin me into a deep depression, we're gonna go wash it really good. We're gonna take it on some of my favorite back roads, show you guys just how well the car performs. So when I first got the car, I could drive a manual, but I wasn't like a great driver of cars. I've only ever owned trucks. So it took me some time to get to the point where I can like really shred through some of these back roads. And it is such an incredible car. It corners so well. It's 600 horsepower, big turbo. It's a ton of fun, but I'm at the point now to where in order for it to continue to be challenging and engaging and serve that need that I have to, get adrenaline and learn new things and have new challenges and experiences, I pretty much have to be going like over 100 through these farm roads. And it's either going to lead to the car blowing up or me slamming it into a pole. Des can confirm that's probably the direction this is headed.
Yeah.
We don't need any of that. Des signed me up for life insurance last night.
Should have done it sooner.
Should have. So here it is. It's a 2007 Hawkeye Subaru STI that's been highly modified. You can see it's got this big intercooler in the front, and later on we'll pop the hood and show you guys what's underneath, but a lot of Cosworth components. The guy that built this car was extremely meticulous, and he pretty much overbuilt the engine to make it super strong. It's tuned to 600 horsepower. He says it can easily do 750. I've never had it on a dyno though, and one of the videos I wanted to do with it was actually taking it to a dyno and confirming or seeing if I just got screwed. That's my phone blowing up with people interested in buying this thing. I listed it for $19,000. It has a rebuilt title. I'm pretty sure that somebody put it sideways into a pole at some point, but that didn't bother me at all because I was going to turn it into a rally car. Now I'm trying to resell them, and fortunately, because Subaru discontinued the WRX and the STI, and they said they're going to go all electric, the Subaru is now worth more than what I paid for it. So I might be able to actually make a little bit of money after enjoying this car for a year. There's the key. So much nostalgia. It kills me. I'm gonna miss that so much. We've been flip-flopping on which vehicles we want to sell, and there's really been 3 that have been on the table. I already made a video kind of talking about this where I showed my entire collection, which is over 12 vehicles, not including, well, is that including bikes? I don't know. Basically, we have so many engines to maintain, so many vehicles to maintain, and so many different projects that it gets kind of outrageous. I've been avoiding driving this car lately because I don't want to, it just inspires so many awesome feelings that I know it's gonna really hurt to sell it. I really don't want to sell it at all. It just makes the most sense to sell it right now. In all reality, I need to be focused on making content with my trucks and getting out there and doing those things, and then this car just sort of sits around. When you drive a car like this, no matter how much maintenance you do or how well built the engine is, no matter what, Subarus are always ticking time bombs. It's okay. I'll never be able to pivot into different vehicles, better vehicles, if I don't let some of these ones go. And so before I get too deep into this thing by making it a rally car or with recession or whatever is going on, I just think it's probably best to let it go. Sometimes you do got a slingshot. You got to take a little step back in order to move forward. And unfortunately, this does feel like, it feels like a failure or like a loss, like I had it. It's not my dream car forever. I just wanted to own one. I thought that I would just sort of keep it in the stable for a while. But the problem is we don't have a stable. We don't have a shop. And what we need right now is like $150,000 to $200,000 to build a really, really badass shop that will serve the YouTube channel, because we'll be able to build and maintain our vehicles, and it'll also serve our wedding venue because we'll be able to host weddings and receptions. And so that's the goal, that's the dream, and it's a big dream, and it's kind of like it's a not super fun dream. I mean, trading in something like that makes crazy awesome turbo noises, goes 0 to 100 in a matter of seconds, is for a building, is not necessarily super fun. But I think that in the end, when we come back around and we're in a place where we could buy this car 10 times over, it'll feel a lot better to own and drive it. It's got really stiff suspension. It's one of the reasons why it's sort of, I was at this crossroads of like, okay, do I start softening the suspension to make it better for these types of roads, which are the types of roads I enjoy? Like, I don't want to take this thing on the highway and get a crazy ticket. Like, I want to play on back roads, and I would love to do gravel roads even, but then I'd have to start investing money into it. So it's just, that's another one of the reasons why I thought maybe I should just sell it as is, because it's so perfect. It's so perfect as is. The previous owner, Alex, did such a good job building this car. It's perfect for the street or the track, but these super bumpy, poorly maintained farm roads that I like to drive on might not be the best. One of the things I love about this car that the guy did was that there's like only one aftermarket switch. It's right here. Everything else he programmed the car to do. So in order to put it launch control, you just hit the defrost button, hold your foot on the clutch, and just rev it up, and it's insane. So if you've been watching the channel for a while, you're getting to know me, you know that I'm super transparent on this channel. If I make mistakes, I admit it. The idea of this channel is so you guys can watch a normal dude just go after his dreams and see how far along in this game I can make it. I don't think of anything that I own as something that I'm going to hold on to forever. Instead, I think of it as something I'm going to leverage at the appropriate time to be able to get to the next step. Everything in life is a stepping stone, whether it's your career, some toys that you have, or the income that you're making. If you look at everything like a stepping stone, you can really ease the transition from one step to the next as you're moving along, because you won't feel terrible about letting things go or moving on to the next step. For me personally, I really want to get into a category where I just don't have to worry about money anymore. And I made the mistake of, as soon as I started making some money and I was free, I kind of blew it all. I bought a bunch of toys and I really enjoyed them, don't get me wrong. But in reality, I want to get to the point where I could buy 10 of these Subarus over and never have to worry about it. And the only way that's ever going to happen is if I sacrifice now. So the water from our well is dried up. We only have a very small amount of water. So I'm just going through a car wash before this guy looks at the car. Normally I would just pressure wash it myself, but this should do it. I just asked Des if if I should do the launch control backfire thing while in here, and she's like, no, do not push your Maxx Powell lug. Last thing we need is for this thing to blow up the day I'm supposed to sell it, which is totally what would happen. You know, depending on how hard you're willing to work and how passionate you are, you're pretty much capable of, you know, getting anything that you want, so long as you're willing to do the work for it. I just don't think you can have everything that you want. This dude in this little cart thing right here was just parked at AutoZone, and I was joking about how maybe he just drove it here. And then I see him driving down the middle of the road in this thing. I bet you he just puts a vest on and drives that thing around. What is up, my horse? My gallant steed. How are you today? No time to sit around and talk about it now. Don't kill my buzz. So I've been spending the last few hours detailing the car, and then we went to the gym real quick, and I have about an hour left. I'm gonna hook up the pressure washer, even though we're very, very low on water. I'm risking not being able to take a shower tonight. And I don't know about you guys, but to me, it's a small thing, but it makes a big difference when I buy a car. If someone takes the time to like really detail it out nicely, then I'm excited to take it home. Whereas when it has like, I don't know, it's kind of grungy, you're sort of like, man, what else are they hiding? I don't know. What do you guys think? When you sell things, do you do a really good job cleaning it up for people? I like to sell things with a full tank of gas, pretty much everything done. And that's one of the reasons why I'm selling this car and I'm selling my crawler, because everything's perfect on them right now. I don't want to sell somebody something that's crappy, and I want to sell it before I break it. And so what I want to do is encourage you guys, if there's something that you're holding onto, you're afraid to let go of, to let it go and have faith in the future. You know, allow that slingshot effect to take place, because as soon as you let something go, God, man, I feel so much better. I have so much more bandwidth mentally to work with, and it's allowed me to progress further and further. And hopefully you guys can stick around in this channel and watch and see how far we get. And I think that I'll ultimately be really thankful that I let a lot of these toys go. But there's so many people out there, especially young guys that I know, that just hold on to everything they ever purchased, and they get really, really emotionally attached to things. They call it nostalgia or whatever. I think that can really, really hold you down. So to let this car go during a time when the Subaru WRX is worth a lot of money and there's a lot of interest, it just seemed to be the most strategic move at the time. And of course, it's not fun. You know, life isn't always fun. Sometimes we need to make sacrifices if you want to move forward. So I'm running a little bit late, but I want to make sure that I add this octane booster in here. According to the guy I bought it from, on days that are over 80 degrees, the car automatically tunes itself down to protect the engine, but by adding this octane booster, it prevents it from doing that. And apparently you're safe all day for shitting and getting. So I don't know. I have no idea how that makes any sense. I feel like adding octane booster would make shit pop off hotter, but whatever, there it is. Of course, I'm running a tad late, but whatever. The guy's driving over an hour, which is usually a pretty good sign that the car is gonna sell. So this might be it, boys. I'm pretty sad, but I think it's gonna be, I think it's the right move. I do think it's the right move. I wish I knew a lot more about the car. I really don't know much about it. I bought the car because I don't know shit about cars, and I wanted to learn. One of my favorite things to do is sort of just like subject myself to challenges that require me to learn things. Unfortunately, with this car, I definitely subjected myself to it. I committed, I bought the car, I got it, and then I drove it a few times, and then it kind of just sat there. And it has nothing to do with not liking the car. It's been an awesome, I love it. I just don't have time for it right now. It's so sad to think this might be my last drive. Such a great car. Well, this is it, boys. The guy's a few minutes out. Car's ready to go. I wish I had gotten it a little bit cleaner, but everything's running top shape, looks really good. And I'm just sitting here with I don't know, pre-seller's remorse. This is just kind of the way it goes. I'd love to be able to like flip my way up to like an R8 or some kind of a GTR or something cool like that. You know, there's a lot of dream cars in the horizon. So the thing is, you just gotta let some stuff go sometimes. It's got an aggressive clutch, man. Well, he stalled it 4 times before he left. I'm kind of wishing I had just taken him for a drive, showed him how she does, but he offered to give me 10K cash to hold on to, which, where'd I put it? Jesus Christ, dude. Desiree. Oh my God. I thought you were coming after me. I was like, oh, I got a stack of cash in my back pocket. And the first thing I thought was like, someone's gonna come see it and try to snag it. Not even funny.
That's pretty good. How's it going?
Well, the guy's skeptical because the body's shitty. And he asked me how much I paid, and I was like, so I told him. So chances are, if he does want it, he'll just only give us 16 for it. Because he's got enough excuses not to. I mean, I paid 16 a year ago, but he did mention, he was like, well, the market's gone crazy. I was like, yeah. Oh, I can't believe you scared me so bad. I'm wishing that I had, like, gone with him. There it goes. Bye, my friend. You have been the one. You have been the one for me.
When the show fell down.
I need to get drunk. Did you count it?
No.
Oh, yeah, I counted most of it and I lost track and I was like, close enough. Whatever. I lost 1,000 in a year, basically. I sold it for 15.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dang, he came out here for 18 and he talked you down 3,000?
Don't judge me. I will go see my horse, and he will ease the pain of this loss. In the arms of an angel.
Go appreciate Cowboy.
Fly away. In the arms of... I really am sad. Some dreams must come to an end. So yeah, unfortunately I sold the Subaru STI, and after a few months, and because it's been a little bit, I really don't regret it. I miss the car, of course I miss it. It was a super fun toy and I really enjoyed it, but I don't regret it because I was able to go into this recession that we're currently experiencing with some cash in my pocket and zero debt. To me, that was more important than having a car that I barely used, even if it was really enjoyable. So if you're one of the few people that got roped into this channel because I bought the car, I'm sorry. I know there's gonna be a lot of people who are disappointed and wanted to see the car. I think it's more important that I share my experiences with you guys and be just completely honest. Since I sold the Subaru and we sold Desiree's Land Cruiser, I feel a lot of relief. In my last video, I talked about how I was able to quit my job and become financially independent and financially free within 15 months, and was able to establish these multiple revenue streams to bring money in, and that was awesome. But there's a lot more to life, especially being independent, than just making the money. If I spend it as fast as I make it, then I'm really wasting my time and I'm just spinning my wheels, and that's a hard lesson I had to learn. I really want to reach a point where I can get so far out ahead financially that I just don't have to stress anymore. So although the car is going to become increasingly more rare and more highly sought after, and I'm gonna miss driving it and all of the things, all of the reasoning that people will give me, and I know there's plenty of people who sold their cars and regret it, I just think that the peace of mind that I have right now is so valuable, and it's allowing me to focus on things that matter, like my business, instead of worrying about, the leaky door trim or the fact that the engine might blow up or whatever it might be. I just have peace of mind from that. And like I said, I'm able to go into this recession with some money in my pocket and be able to hopefully invest in something while the market's down and be able to get out up and out ahead of life even more. It's difficult to make these moves, and it's difficult to have people see you, do seemingly awesome things and then to lose those things. And I feel like it's necessary to say it's not because I have to, it's because I want to. I really want to make more financially responsible decisions, and it's tough to do, especially with everyone watching. So I think that I kind of fell into this trap of thinking that if I bought more stuff, I'd be able to make more videos and in turn make more money and gain more subscribers. And I just sort of ended up in this endless loop of picking up toys, realizing all the work that it was going to take to maintain them, and ultimately not being able to do that. And I just think that was foolish of me. And so my focus now is to sort of narrow it down and have a few things that work really, really well, and to just continue to make videos with the content that I have, because that's what I built this channel on. I built this channel on just my Toyota Tacoma. Honestly, that's all I really need. We need to be really careful that we don't buy things just based off of what other people think. I think that's really important as well, and to make decisions as if no one was watching or no one cared, because really, it doesn't matter on a day-to-day basis. There's going to be comments and whatnot, and sure, there's going to be people out there that think this was a good move or a bad move, but when you make your decisions, you should make your decisions purely based off of what's best for you and your family, and not take into consideration whatsoever what people think. And as a YouTuber, that's a tough thing, because what people think of your videos directly results in how much you make, how much you earn. Personally, I've found ways to earn an income outside of YouTube, and I'm much happier just making content that's just genuine and not having to worry about how well it performs or impressing anybody. So hopefully I'm hoping that you guys will enjoy the content as it comes out in the future, and you'll continue to like and subscribe to these videos. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about this slingshot approach to life. I don't think there's anything wrong with trying to flip your way to bigger and better things, but if you're going to do it, you just have to understand that you're going to have to let things go. It's one of the hard parts of life. And so I'm hoping that you guys found this encouraging. Maybe there's some people out there that this helped, and that is my goal, is to help people. I'm not a firefighter anymore, I'm just a YouTuber, so this is the best I can do to help people. And I know that there's people out there struggling with this, and I know that there's people who look at some of the fun stuff that we're doing and maybe feel like shit about it, and just know that it's not always awesome, it's not always great. Sometimes you need to take a step back to make a few steps forward, and that's what we're doing. We're trying to get our business off the ground, our media company off the ground, and prepare for the turbulent economy. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and you gained some insight from it. If you did, let me know in the comment section below. If you want more videos like this, let me know. I will continue to keep on educating and inspiring you guys and teaching you the life lessons that I'm learning along the way, because again, I'm not a guru, I'm not perfect. I learn mostly through mistakes. But fortunately for you, you can watch me make the mistakes, and you can learn from them, and you can gain the insight that I gain as I go along in this crazy life. So thank you so much for watching. It really does mean a lot to me. The more you watch, the less I have to rely on sponsors and things like that, and the more videos I can crank out. So share these videos if you find them insightful. If you think it'll be helpful to somebody, share them. I really appreciate it. You can also check out my merch site at maxpowell.com. I have some new items on there that I think you guys might like, and that supports me a lot too. Again, right now I'm just working to live a debt-free life and to be able to get through these hard times, and so everything's appreciated, and I really appreciate you guys. So thank you so much. Love ya. Bye. I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching my videos, hitting that like button, and subscribing. It means so much to me that you guys will sit here and watch my content, so thank you. Today's video is brought to you by Moonfab. They're the creators of the Moon Shade. The Moon Shade is a portable awning that can be deployed in minutes, and it can be mounted to any vehicle using suction cups. I like this a lot because I don't like the look of hard-mounted awnings on the side of my vehicles, and because I have multiple cars, it's very nice to be able to just throw this in any vehicle and know that I'm covered. If you guys are shopping around for awnings and you don't want to commit to the overpriced hard-mounted awnings that require a roof rack, check out Moonshade. There's a link in the description below, and by using that link, you'll be supporting my channel. So thank you very much. Have a lovely weekend, and look forward to the next episode.